You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends. It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. We are coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. And if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, because today's Thursday, hey, Friday night at 7 Mile Casino, blackjack tables are rolling, poker tables are going. Sammy's Restaurant and Bar is open and ready for you, so great food and booze and a lot of fun and only minutes from downtown San Diego. But be careful, right? You know, you're going into Sammy's, you're going to wind up getting that Kung Pao chicken. That is the best, man. I love that Kung Pao chicken. And I like those slider burgers. Alex, how did you want those slider burgers? You wanted a little gorgonzola on those? Is that right?
They come with, dude. They come with. I believe it's got these like garlic aioli. It's got gorgonzola. It's on a Hawaiian roll. It's bomb.
Yeah, it is bomb. That's right. It is. 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. All right.
By the way, my fiance bought actual sized hamburger Hawaiian rolls. I didn't know they had those. I just thought they only did sliders.
No, they do. They have the actual, like, here's this little slider burger, Hawaiian rolls. And then they do have like a full size burger roll. They even have like full size hot dog rolls.
Well, that I knew because they changed the game because they do the slit on top instead of down the side.
Mm-hmm.
So they nailed that. I didn't know they did. I only thought they did slider buns. Good to see.
Yeah. I love sliders because when you eat sliders, you feel like you're eating less than a big burger. When in actuality, if let's say you had like 3 or 4 sliders, you're probably ultimately eating more than a regular burger. And I don't know if you guys have a place, like I loved those sliders down at Sammy's in 7 Mile, but I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I do know where in San Diego the best slider burgers are.
Where?
Well, you had a tone already, like where? You tell me, smart guy.
You're so funny. You said something. This is the show. We discuss things. I asked you where. What do you mean, my tone?
Just heard a tone like you don't believe what I'm about to tell you.
Maybe I don't.
Well, he hates
I don't.
He hates Rockies, so.
Oh yeah, F that place, bro.
Yeah.
So that's your favorite burger place. So your burger, preferences are already like opposite.
Well, first of all, I love Rockies in Crown Point. However,
I don't hate Rocky. I never met Rocky. I hate the person at Rockies that hands the food back. That person's a total D-bag.
Okay, well, I can only say this. I've been to Rockies in a really long time, and it kind of sounds bomb AF right now. Okay, it really does.
If
but
you put your order in now, you'll get it around 6 p.m.
Okay, well, then maybe I should go down there and put my order in. I've never had
Guess
that
what
problem
I had for
before.
breakfast?
Tell me.
Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Wait, what?
Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Oh, really? How was it?
No
I'd never had it before.
Dude, it's bomb. Would you have
underwhelmed?
Did you say underwhelmed?
Yeah, I might have ordered the wrong thing.
What did you order?
I ordered the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Oh, no, that is the wrong order.
Yeah.
Okay, Browner, what did you get from
What did you
Chick-fil-A
get?
then? If you had Chick-fil-A breakfast, what'd you have?
The baby demanded it, so I do what she tells me to do.
Okay, what did you have?
What'd you get?
I had nothing. She got like little baby bites. I ate one of the little like biscuit things.
Oh, you know what? If you go to Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and I haven't been there in a really long time for breakfast, but they have that really good biscuit, and then it comes with like eggs and chicken. You don't get the bacon, you get the chicken. You actually get the Chick-fil-A. So instead of having like a regular Chick-fil-A sandwich, they take like a little mini Chick-fil-A sandwich. They take egg, cheese, Chick-fil-A, like the actual chicken.
Yeah,
bread,
chicken.
and then
You know
put
what?
it on
The bacon wasn't the problem.
What was the problem?
The biscuit.
Was the biscuit
like-
too like did it fall apart or something?
It totally fell apart
Oh,
all
yeah.
over. Yeah.
Mm.
And it had no, structural integrity whatsoever.
Look at
Nice.
that. Woo,
Nice.
I like that.
I understand.
I like how you broke that
Sounds
down.
that also sounds bomb right now. Is a little
Structural
Chick-fil-A.
integrity?
No, not structural
A
integrity.
little breakfast Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, with the chicken, not with the bacon.
That
You
sounds
sound hungry,
interesting.
bro.
That
You
sounds
sound
interesting.
hungry more than anything.
I am hungry.
That's like a take on chicken and waffles, basically.
Yeah, it is. It's
Chicken
very
and
similar.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm a little miffed with Chick-fil-A, and I'm gonna just say it out loud. I'm gonna say it on the air. The Chick-fil-A off of Mira Mesa Boulevard. The other night, this is Tuesday night, I was driving home from my daughter's soccer game down at Mesa College. I decided I'm going to stop at Chick-fil-A. Why? Because I want a healthy snack. I don't want to eat something that's not healthy late at night. So I decided.
Wait, before we bash them, which one are you talking about? The one
one-
closer to Mira Mesa High School or the one right off the 805?
The one right off the 805.
Okay.
So I specifically, because the last time I was there, I thought I specifically ordered grilled chicken nuggets, and I got the breaded
fried.
chicken nuggets, right? And I didn't feel like going back in after I got, and I checked them. Like once I went around the drive-thru, I checked them. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to go back in. So I just started popping them. I ate them all. So I was very specific, very, very specific when I said, hi, I'd like the 12-piece grilled chicken nuggets, please.
Mhm.
And they're like, okay, 12-piece grilled chicken nuggets, $6, whatever it was. I go pulling up, I get my stuff, I pay, I go around the corner of the drive-thru, I open it up, it's the fried ones. Now I have to make a decision. Do I want to go in, pull in, go tell them, hey, I ordered the grilled ones, you guys gave me the fried ones? And I'm like, God, these things are so damn good. They're just so damn good. Like, do I really? I mean, I wanted the grilled ones, and then I started to justify it in my head. I'm like, well, I'm not eating bread. I'm not having like the sandwich. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like I've reduced. I didn't have the carbs that time of night, so I just sort of blew it off. But I got to tell you guys, if you ask for grilled chicken nuggets, give the
should get
man
grilled
grilled
chicken
chicken nuggets. Right, not the fried ones.
But
So
you know what you just said? Hi, my name is Scott Kaplan. I would like grilled chicken nuggets.
What do I need to introduce myself for? I'm just a regular guy who wants
Because
grilled
no,
chicken
here's
nuggets.
why. They're
Tell
very
me.
formal there. They're very nice. They're sweet. They're very energetic people when they're taking your order. Become more formal with them. They'll give you a little more listen, and then maybe they'll get your order.
it
correctly.
was a little jarring when they're like, "Good morning, Alex." Like when I pulled up to get the food,
right.
I was like, "How you know my
Oh,
name?" I
right.
was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh.
I forgot you asked me when I ordered what my
Right.
name
Yeah.
was."
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought you meant when you went to the drive-thru. They knew your name just randomly.
No.
No.
As I was getting the food.
Well, back to the best sliders though. I'm going to tell you guys
Oh.
where the best sliders are.
Sorry, I missed it. Did you switch or did you eat the fried?
Oh no,
he
I
ate
ate the
them.
fried. I ate them.
Of course.
Come on now.
Oh shucks. Dang it.
We know our
Fried
guy.
nuggets again.
Of course, he
Oh,
ate those nuggets.
darn it.
Yeah.
You didn't contemplate it. You're like,
No,
No
I
way.
I
Right.
really I
See,
I was,
because like the guilt is ordering the fried nuggets, not eating the fried
Right.
nuggets.
you're
So
right.
when you get fried nuggets, you're like, well, there's nothing I can do here. I just got to eat these.
I just
Right,
gotta
right.
eat these.
Am I really going to pull over? Am I going to really get out of my
But
car? Am I
you-
going to really walk into the place? Am I going to
But
really
you
were the
exchange the fried ones for the grilled ones?
Correct.
No.
You were
Are
the
you gonna wait?
responsible individual, and you ordered the grilled ones. It is not your fault that you now have to eat fried ones.
You ready to have your world rocked?
Yeah, tell me.
If you go in there, tell them you ordered the other ones. They'll let you keep the ones you got.
Yeah, then I'm eating twice as much.
Then you're eating 40.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
saying.
So
All right.
best slider.
All right, best sliders, and then I'll get back to whatever it is we were going to talk about. But this is more fun anyway. Best sliders in San Diego. You ready? And I know everybody in our YouTube chat is going to give us a suggestion, and that's cool. I'm down. I want to hear what you guys think. But the best slider burgers in all of San Diego, downtown San Diego, in the oldest bar in all of San Diego.
Oh, this guy.
What?
Tivoli's?
No.
Waterfront.
Is it Tivoli's?
Waterfront. Dude, waterfront. Waterfront in Little Italy. I want to say I got to figure out where I don't know if it's on it might be on Front Street, maybe it's on India. Nah,
Is it
it's
on
somebody-
Kettner?
Kettner?
think it's
Yes,
on
because it's
Kettner.
across the street from Kettner Exchange. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Yes. So the waterfront in downtown San Diego, I'm going to tell you right now. You hear the way I said that, Browner? I'm going to tell you right now. They got the best sliders in town. Okay? They use Hawaiian rolls. The slider burgers come out hot and fresh. They've got some kind of a grilled onion on them, and then some sort of a Thousand Island-y kind of dressing. And they are bomb. Bomb.
You said this before.
Yep.
You've repeated this multiple times.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just reaffirming for you that I believe.
Also,
The
I
best
think
slider
you're wrong
burgers in
about
town.
the oldest bar in San Diego.
Tell me.
I'm pretty sure Tivoli's is the oldest bar in San Diego.
Wait, what's the name of you say?
Tivoli?
Don't even know it.
Tivoli?
Do not know it.
Near
Unfamiliar.
Petco?
Nope, don't know
Yeah,
it.
I just looked it up. Okay. Waterfront bar. Built in 1933.
Okay.
Tivoli's
Mm-hmm.
built 1864.
Get out of town.
That's a lie.
Get out of town.
A lie. Ain't no building still standing built in 1864 around here.
By the way, my
Yeah.
Pittsburgh just came right out of me. You know what I mean? Get out
Get
of
out
town.
of town.
Yins are crazy. Get out of town.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
No
what I'm looking
way.
at. That's what
I
I'm
don't know. I
looking
can
at.
only tell you that the waterfront it is known as, from what I understand,
Maybe
the
Tivoli's
oldest
is the
bar.
oldest restaurant.
I've never heard of Tivoli's. Never
Me
been there.
neither. That's interesting. That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
mean,
fun fact for San Diego. I didn't know that.
yeah, I mean, during Prohibition, they turned it into a kitchen in
Yeah, see?
1920, but it was already
Mhm.
built.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wow.
Prohibition sucked.
You
But
must
it
have really
created
hated it, huh,
speakeasies,
Browner?
which there's a
It was
ton of
crazy,
speakeasies.
man.
I don't know, man. All I know is this. If you think you want to have the best slider burger in town, take my suggestion and go check out what's happening down at Waterfront. That's all I'm saying to you
Maybe
right
I'll
now.
go down there today.
Dude, when I land, if I land
Browner
at
Food
San Diego
Review.
Airport, Browner what?
The Browner Food Review should make
Browner
a
food
comeback.
review. Browner, go do it, man. Go
I
do
will.
a food review. Go do a
I'll go today.
Hey, speaking of food reviews, really quickly, tomorrow, I just want to tell everybody that tomorrow being Friday, Browner from about 9:30 in the morning till about 1 p.m. in the afternoon, so about 3 hours or so, Browner will be in Chula Vista tomorrow to visit with our friend Brian Bushfield and his company West Coast Barbecue Shop, because on Saturday they've got a Thanksgiving cooking demo. It's from 11 in the mid morning till 3 in the afternoon, 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista. They're going to have local pit masters. They're going to be doing all kinds of live cooking demos and food samples. So if you're looking for a big green egg, or you're looking for any other sort of cooking hardware or accessories or rubs or sauces, Brian's got this great new shop. I was down there about 3-4 weeks ago. Place is fantastic, family owned and operated. So real mom and pop kind of stuff here. And Browner will be there Friday from 10 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. Come on by and visit. You can buy some stuff from Brian. You can check out some of these grills. Or if you can't make it down on Friday to see Browner, you can make it down on Saturday to visit with all the pit masters and all the food samples. So check them out. West Coast Barbecue. And the website, check me on that one, Alex, is westcoastbbq.com.
WestCoastBBQShop.com.
Thank you. westcoastbbqshop.com. Brian Bushfield's been with the show since 2012, and we really want to help him this holiday season sell a ton of grills and accessories and cooking stuff like rubs and sauces. Make your Thanksgiving bomb and get your Christmas right, because whoever is that griller in your family, that person needs something new, and westcoastbbqshop.com can help. Okay. Browner, you must be so happy today because your man Cam Newton is back in the NFL, and it's not crazy that somebody wants him on their team.
Right.
It's crazy that the Carolina Panthers want him back on their team. Now, look, it's a different head coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different front office, different owner, right? Different roster, to be sure.
They're
But
desperate.
But desperate team.
That's
Bro,
important too.
Don't forget. They just signed Matt Barkley. Okay? Like, they're desperate. That's a big part of this.
If you signed Matt Barkley before you signed Cam Newton, you absolutely were desperate. I don't know why they even flirted with the whole Matt Barkley thing to begin with if Cam Newton was even on their radar for half a second. So, hey, listen, I'm happy for Cam. I think he's going to flourish in a way that he couldn't in New England, because I think Matt Rule will put the offense around him, and Carolina this is the best talent Cam's ever played with on the roster. So I'm glad he got vaccinated, and that made this entire thing a lot more simpler.
Make a prediction, though. I'm just looking up the weekend of games.
Mm-hmm.
Make a prediction. When will Cam Newton play?
Sunday.
Come on, no way,
Yes.
man. Now, hold on, wait a second. The Panthers play the Cardinals this Sunday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Alex,
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. Massive upset coming this Sunday. I think Browner, you may have actually been on this yesterday. The Vikings over the Chargers.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was Alex.
Oh, was you, Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of those
That
games.
little ugly helmet.
Yeah, this is one of those games where Kirk Cousins and the Vikings get into a full-blown offensive shootout with the Chargers, kind of the way the Chargers had a shootout with Cleveland. But this is one of those weird games where, for some reason, the Vikings pull the upset and the Chargers fall at home.
The Vikings
it's
are
just set up.
a disaster right now. They're going through a massive COVID spread. Dalvin Cook's whole situation. Yeah, the offense has not clicked for like the last couple weeks. Like, listen, like they will score the opening drive. I promise you that. Go to Vegas, drop money on. That is the only time the Vikings score a touchdown. The rest is like super, super random. And those are the games that you don't expect teams to win. Like the Raiders, like they go through all this stuff with John Gruden and they go out and they smash. I just think that the Vikings, for whatever reason, will win this game.
Are you going to the game on Sunday?
No, I'm not.
Why
I'm
not?
He's got the hand.
I actually have a lot of family coming into town this weekend. A lot. So I'm
Really?
gonna be in San Diego. Yeah.
Wow, unfortunate. I mean, your team, the Vikings, are playing at the Chargers. I mean, you would be contributing to the Purple People Eaters taking over SoFi Stadium.
But I would be contributing to the Spanos family's pockets, which,
You know, just don't
unlike
do that.
you, I
Yeah.
will not do that.
Yeah. Well, remember, I didn't pay for tickets and I didn't pay
But
for
you
parking.
paid for food.
That is true. I acknowledge that I did pay for
See,
food.
I would have to pay for tickets. I would have to pay for parking, and I would have to pay for food, and I would have to pay for an inordinate amount of cervezas.
That's right. And they're expensive there at SoFi
Very.
Stadium. So back to Cam Newton.
Yeah.
The Panthers play at the Cardinals this weekend. Today is Thursday. So Cam gets signed today. Presumably he's in the building today, obviously, right?
Right.
Will he practice today? And does he do they sign him to become the starting quarterback? Or do they sign him and say, hey, look, we're playing against Arizona. They're pretty good. The likelihood of us winning with a quarterback who's just getting to us on Thursday, doesn't really know our offense yet, doesn't know our language yet, doesn't necessarily know our personnel yet, and we're
Yeah, he
going to
does.
put him.
But I would ask you this.
I agree with you. The first three things you said, I agree with you. He doesn't know the personnel. He doesn't. He knows the players. He knows Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
He knows DJ Moore. He
Right.
knows Robbie Anderson. I think that if you just dumb down the playbook, because you're going to dumb it down anyways. Are you going to have
Exactly.
this expansive playbook for Matt Barkley or PJ Walker? Like that's their backup right now is this PJ Walker guy. I would rather take a fully unprepared Cam Newton over a fully prepared PJ Walker.
I think we're asking ourselves the wrong question because they signed him out of desperation. So why would you let him sit? You know what he can do. He's been in the league for a while. Matt Rule knows what he's doing within his offense, and I guarantee you he's got a portion of his offense that he can run that he thinks Cam fits in. Because if he didn't, I don't think they would have done this. Because they think that they're a playoff team if they can get the quarterback to just be okay. They've got the second best defense ranked in the league. So with the Cardinals coming in, their quarterback's probably not going to play. J.J. Watt's out for the year. So you probably feel like you can run against them. You probably feel like you can win this game. And to do that, you go to the Cam run package.
I got to be honest with you. I think the Panthers know they're going to lose this game. So why not just go out there and have Cam work it out?
Either or.
Well,
good point. Make it a practice game.
I'm reading one of the stories as it's being reported now that PJ Walker, who is a 5'11", 210-pound player in his second season out of Temple, that PJ Walker is who they have currently scheduled to start at quarterback for Carolina.
With his 20% completion percentage.
And y'all talking about Cam can't throw.
He's 3 of 15 on the season.
This guy's at 20%.
I guess you gotta really ask yourself, do I want a second-year player who came from a school like Temple, and I don't mean to knock Temple, I'm just saying it's not Ohio State, it's not Notre Dame, it's not USC. So do I want to play a guy who's in his second year from Temple who has very limited experience? Or am I just willing to roll the dice and throw Cam Newton out there and see what he can do? To your point, Alex, dumb it down. And instead of having 50 plays in the playbook, you got 15, 20.
Right.
You know?
Get with them and ask him, what do you feel comfortable with going with on Sunday? He'll tell you because he's been in the league long enough to know what he likes to do and what in correlation to what they already do.
But I think the biggest key for me, guys,
I'm
like just being totally honest with you,
Yeah.
is like this is a Christian McCaffrey game.
Yeah.
This is a game where he gets 25 carries, where Chuba Hubbard gets 20 carries, like where they just got to run the ball. And if the Cardinals don't have Kyler Murray, I don't know the latest on him, then you might have a chance. But this is just a Christian McCaffrey game. McCaffrey's probably going to get 10 catches out of the backfield and 25 carries. I think it's just one of those days that McCaffrey's going to get worked.
I got to say, you guys know I'm not the world's biggest Cam Newton fan. Okay.
What?
I don't dislike him. I didn't like what happened with him, in New England because had he been vaccinated, he probably would still be on the Patriots. He'd probably still be their backup quarterback. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe his personality is too overwhelming when you've got a rookie quarterback. Nonetheless, I'm not a huge Cam Newton fan. I'm not a huge Cam Newton hater. I'm just kind of in the middle on Cam. But I will say this. I kind of am rooting for him to play and see Carolina pull the upset. Now, how interesting would that be if Cam Newton can come off the bench, if you will, come out of street clothes? Maybe, he's been training and throwing fine. Right. But to have not played a football game in a legit 10, 11 weeks since the preseason, to come in and play and win, that would be kind of a great story.
I mean, look at what the Jets backup did. Came out of nowhere. He threw for 400 yards. Then they put another guy I never even heard of, and he threw for 400 yards. Yeah. So it's possible that Cam can come in and be successful. Look, that division is up for grabs. Yeah, look at that.
He released this from his production company today.
Here's what I'm also hoping for Cam. I'm also hoping that he comes out with some bomb suit and hat and everything else after the game for the press conference. Dude, he will.
I better know. Different suit when he walk in, another suit when he walk out.
Hold on. Hold that thought. Let's talk about this upcoming week because it all gets started tonight in the NFL. We'll get to this week's slate of games coming up. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Here at the mightier 1090 AM, we don't just bring you SoCal sports. That would be lame. We also bring you the blue and gold Fighting Irish. We're the radio flagship for Notre Dame football for all of Southern California. This is the mightier 1090 AM.
SDCCU is an engaged community partner. Each year, SDCCU is proud to support many nonprofit organizations throughout Southern California. Our partnerships allow us to help shape the financial lives of many through volunteerism, financial support, and creating public awareness. The result is a big impact on the communities we serve. SDCCU, it's not big bank banking, it's better. Federally insured by NCUA. Find out more at sdccu.com.
Round 2 of the 2021 USL Championship Playoffs, live on Your View, the Western Conference Semifinals. Watch Orange County SC host the Oakland Roots SC Saturday, November 13th at 7. This second round game will be live at Championship Soccer Stadium. Come join the fun. Limited tickets are available. Orange County SC versus the Oakland Roots SC Saturday at 7 on Your View.
Great googly moogly. Oh, yeah.
Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
Up to 30% of COVID-19 patients become long haulers with persistent symptoms months after the infection.
What I've been finding with my patients is that it's taking up to 3 to 6 months for them to recover their endurance, exercise capacity, and get them back to work or to their usual activities of daily living.
What I wasn't able to do was the basic needs, like brush your teeth, take a shower because of the shortness of breath, the tightness in my chest.
The symptoms that concern me the most, the shortness of breath. So restrictive. You know, you go through and you just take for granted that, you know, you're gonna breathe. And when that gets taken away, it's a scary thought. Unfortunately, I'm 6 months out now from my diagnosis and I'm still suffering from several of the symptoms.
My experience with the patients who I've sent to La Mesa Rehab has been extremely positive. The patients come back with good reports, and when I see them in the office, their exercise capacity has improved dramatically.
I'm getting there because of La Mesa Rehab.
Teatro means theater in Spanish, and in Portuguese, and in Tagalog, and in Italian, and in so many languages. We have a lot of communities, a lot of culture here, so that is the reason why teatro is in the name. The mission of Teatro San Diego is to provide arts education to underserved communities, specifically in schools. Our goal is also in tandem with arts education to provide a professional theater company and dance company so that the community can see themselves reflected on stage at the professional level. Places like Subaru have really been so supportive and have helped us come up with projects like the AMI project.
I was so honored to be at an event a few days ago and heard some of the songs from it. These guys rock. This is just an amazing thing that everyone needs to see.
Listen to the Mightier 1090 for the LA Football Show with Ryan Dyru. Fridays at 5 p.m. The best guests and the best coverage for your LA football teams. Rams, Chargers, UCLA, USC, SDSU.
We have them covered.
Only on the Mightier 1090 AM.
My name is John Alicio, and I'm managing partner of Procopio. Procopio is the largest San Diego-based law firm, and we're proud to be a part of this event, the Salute to Teachers. Without the teachers, none of us would have had the success we've had. You know, our firm consists of about 200 professionals and 200 attorneys, so a total of 400 mostly San Diego educated professionals. Without you, we'd not be winning the cases we win as we go toe-to-toe with the best attorneys in the world. So thank you on behalf of Procopio for what you do and how you do it. And a special personal thanks to my alma mater, Valhalla High School, and the teachers at that school. Without you, I would not have had the personal success I have had. So from Procopio, thank you for what you do and how you do it. Salute.
Congratulations to the San Diego County Teachers of the Year, Laura Reyes, Heather McLean, Jacqueline Jourdain, Zy Sanders, and Tiffany Jokerst.
This year has provided a mountain of challenges, but every mountaintop is within reach if you just keep climbing.
Cox Presents Salute to Teachers is proudly sponsored by these charitable companies.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
University of San Diego football's win streak is still going. The Toreros beat Morehead State last Saturday 10-3 in their home finale. The defense showed out with 2 goal line stands, 2 interceptions, and a blocked field goal. Senior safety Isaac Haney was named Pioneer League Co-Defensive Player of the Week for his interception in the end zone with 5 seconds remaining in the game to secure the win for the Toreros. Running back Emilio Martinez had 138 all-purpose yards, while freshman wide receiver Vance Jefferson caught 5 passes for season-high 120 yards. The Toreros are 6-4 on the season, 6-1 in the Pioneer Football League. They'll have a bye this week before wrapping up the regular season at Stetson on November 20th. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams. Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. He's at the 40. Is he going to go? Holds it in. What a catch. And return left sideline off to the races. He flipped the defenders into the end zone. He's got a man. Wildcat. That was pretty.
Game Time High School football on your view is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Round 2 of the 2021 USL Championship Playoffs, live on your view. The Western Conference Semifinals. Watch Orange County SC host the Oakland Roots SC Saturday, November 13th at 7. This second round game will be live at Championship Soccer Stadium. Come join the fun. Limited tickets are available. Orange County SC versus the Oakland Roots SC Saturday at 7 on your view.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 and your view. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
All right, great friends. It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. And I always remind you, Sammy's Restaurant and Bar inside 7 Mile Casino. So if you're looking for something fun on Saturday or Sunday to watch college games or NFL games, the games are on. Blackjack and poker games are on. Sammy's Restaurant and Bar has this bomb brunch. So check them out this weekend, 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. All right, Grande, Brown Man. We were talking about Cam Newton. You talk about a desperate move. The Carolina Panthers were so desperate at quarterback, and I feel bad because, Sam Darnold, I want to root for him. He's a kid who grew up here in Orange County. He went to USC. He was a first-round draft choice. He was, taken by the Jets, which is kind of a graveyard for quarterbacks. I want to root for Sam Darnold, and he got off to a good start. I mean, Carolina was one of the early surprises of the NFL season, and it's kind of gone downhill from there, and things have not gone well for Sam Darnold. By the way, is he hurt? Is that kind of the story? How badly is he hurt? We haven't
4 to 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah, so it's just total desperation now for Carolina. And even if Sam Darnold were healthy, I'm not sure they'd be signing Cam Newton, but they definitely were not ecstatic with his play. But Cam Newton going back to Carolina, when a team lets go of a player who is that big of a star within their franchise, and who helped lead them to a Super Bowl, a loss, but led them to a Super Bowl. When a team is willing to bring back a personality and a player of that magnitude, that just reeks of, we got no choices. We are completely, utterly desperate. You tell me, smart guy, name another quarterback out there that's sitting at home right now that's available that can walk in and play for us. I mean, it's just, they're just not, there are no guys. I mean, unless you want to start telling me about Colin Kaepernick, but I'm come on, really? Like Cam Newton was in the preseason. He was in New England. He played last year. So what's interesting, though, just to finish up this thought on Cam Newton, we'll get to the rest of the NFL schedule because it starts tonight, and then we're going to work our way into some Padres and A.J. Preller and what he's saying about Eric Hosmer. We'll get to all of that coming up.
Phillip Rivers.
That's not
nice.
Now that is a great call.
Nice.
That is a great call. Interesting that Carolina went out and got Cam Newton. I don't know if they did or they did not inquire about Phillip Rivers. And maybe Phillip Rivers is thinking to himself, I appreciate it, and it's not too far. Okay, it's still kind of in the South, and it's Charlotte, North Carolina. I played my college ball at NC State. But, you're not really
a playoff team?
You're not really a playoff team. Not really a team that's competing for a championship this year.
In that division. Look around that division, man. The Falcons scare you. The Saints look to be topsy-turvy. And as far as the Bucs are going, the Bucs are playing good, but they're going to
win that division.
Dude,
they've been beaten by division teams.
By New Orleans. But come on, really? I mean, Carolina's 4-5. If you're Phillip Rivers, do you feel like you're going to walk into Carolina here in week 10 of the NFL season and you're going to get the Carolina Panthers positioned for the playoffs?
Look how many 4-win teams there are.
How many 4-win teams?
NFC. Look how many 4-win teams there are in the NFC. It's a
Carolina,
lot.
Carolina and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the only two teams that have 4 wins in the NFC.
Who's above? Hold on. Go
here,
ahead.
the NFC in that division, New Orleans is 5-3, Tampa Bay is 6-2. You look around the rest of the league of the conference, the Cowboys have the only winning record in the NFC East. The Packers have the only winning record in the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona and LA have the winning records in the NFC West. So I guess to your point, because Carolina's 4-5, you might think that there's a chance. But if you're Phillip Rivers, I think you're waiting for a team that you think is really a playoff contender. And I also think if you're Phillip Rivers, Saints make some sense. I also thought that Phillip Rivers, if he were going to go back, I kind of thought he was only going to go back to Indianapolis because of his relationship with Frank Reich. But
I think, I could see that. Obviously, it's not going to happen. But the reason I think the Saints is because I think Rivers really respects Sean Payton. And I don't think Rivers has any sort of relationship with Matt Rule in Carolina. So I don't think Carolina would even call. I did expect the Saints to call. I don't know how they're going to expect to go with Trevor Siemian the rest of the way. I mean, at this point, didn't you pay Taysom Hill a crap ton of money? Like, why aren't you going with him?
Unless he ain't good.
Well, but he also wasn't he dealing with concussions?
Yeah.
Taysom Hill?
Guy's always hurt.
Yeah. Well, listen, just to finalize this thought, though, you know how desperate Carolina was? They actually gave Cam Newton like real money Because remember how the New England Patriots had this deal for Cam Newton where it was like $1 million. It was like really, really by NFL quarterback standards. It was like league minimum-esque kind of a contract. And Cam took the deal, at least in year one, under the assumption that he was going to be able to get himself positioned for another big free agent deal. Didn't work out that way. Wound up going back to New England on another really small deal. Didn't work out, got cut. But yet Carolina, the numbers, Alex, Carolina gave him real money.
So they gave him $4.5 million guaranteed, $1.5 million roster bonus, and up to the ability of making $10 million. Cam Newton got the money Odell Beckham Jr. thought he was going to get.
I wonder what is the thing that can get him to the 10 million?
I'm going to guess it's probably
Playoffs.
things like, like playing time, touchdown passes, getting the team to the postseason. I mean, there's all kinds of escalators and incentives in the contract, I'm sure, but still $4.5 million guaranteed, or a $1.5 million roster bonus. Cam Newton, in theory, for half of a season, becomes a $20 million a year quarterback. You know? I mean, he's not going to make $20 million, but he's going to make half of that because he's only going to play half the games. But I'm really surprised Carolina found themselves this desperate. They're like, hey, look, we're so desperate, we'll give Cam Newton all this money. Why? Why? New England only gave him $1 million. He'll play for anybody. He'll play for free. What are you giving him so much money for?
Well, they had the cap space too. They were one of the few teams that had the cap space for OBJ. But Scott, I think I know you don't watch fantasy or you don't really pay attention to fantasy football. I do a lot. And you would be desperate too if you saw Sam Darnold every single week. Like you would be like, dude, what are we doing here? I'm not even telling you Cam's much better than Sam Darnold, but dude, it's been bad for the Panthers. Like Sam Darnold, the reason he was perceived as good in the first couple of weeks is they had the softest one of the softest schedules, and he was just running for touchdowns. Like he wasn't really throwing the ball well all season. And McCaffrey was healthy. That throws everything into the.
That was the point I was going to make. The second Christian McCaffrey got hurt, he went completely downhill. So I don't know what Matt Rule has in store.
That's why I think Cam's going to be fine. That's why I really do think Cam's going to be fine, is because McCaffrey is healthy again, and I think that at the end of the day, just Cam's going to do what he did when he was there, just dump it off all day. And DJ Moore is going to be open for a slant or two here and there, and that's it. We good.
God, I hope he plays this weekend. I hope he plays. I would be so fascinated to see a guy who hasn't played a football game in 10 weeks since the NFL preseason, maybe 11 weeks, maybe 12 weeks, who's keeping himself in shape and wants to get back in and goes back to his original team, a team that he led to the Super Bowl. I am fascinated by the story, and I hope he plays. And if he wins, then it becomes that much more of a story. If he loses, everybody's like, oh, who cares? I mean, who expected him to win? It's the 4-5 Panthers against the 8-1 Arizona Cardinals. Nobody expected him to win. But if he does come off the bench, come out of street clothes and plays and wins, what a story we're talking about on Monday.
I think he got such a raw deal, dude, that it went from like making fun of him last year as a show. Well, 2 of the 3 of us were making fun of him. That now I am like officially like Team Cam.
Yeah, I want to.
Like I really want him to do well.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I know.
Hey, I think it's because he's no longer wearing a Panther or Patriots jersey too. Like like that jersey. I don't want that jersey to be good anymore. So last year it was kind of hard for me to be like, come on, Cam. Like now I'm like, hey, Carolina is very inconsequential if they're good or not.
But if he signed with somebody else, the story wouldn't be as fun as it is. The fact that Carolina is willing to admit, sort of, hey, we let him go a while ago because we didn't think he was very good anymore. But here, after all these years away, 2 full years away, we're welcoming him back. That makes this story that much juicier.
Yeah.
And I'm that much more interested. Hey, I want to wish all the veterans out there who are celebrating Veterans Day, I want to thank everybody out there for their service. And I want to say, I hope you guys are enjoying a good day. And for all you kids out there that are off school today, like mine, or all of you guys who work in an industry where you are not working today because you have a national holiday, just want to say maybe take a second to understand what Veterans Day is all about. Alex, I love that. You just put that up on the screen for everybody that's watching. Fat Tony made this for us. Salute to all of our nation's veterans from Kaplan and Crew, Army, Marines, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, And so, Fat Tony, we love you for putting that out there for us. And as I mentioned, if you go onto my Instagram at Scott Kaplan, I put out a picture earlier this morning of my dad when he was about 19, 20 years old, serving in the United States Air Force then and now, retired and rocking his Harley Davidson t-shirt. And I was telling my dad how proud I am of him because, it's because there's that nice picture.
Nice.
That's when my dad had hair. Look at him. Look how young he was. It's because of, I can tell you, my father serving that someone like myself didn't, or was encouraged to do other stuff. So, great job, Dad. I know you're probably watching right now down in Boca del Vista Phase 4. Okay, hey, I'm going to talk about the rest of the NFL schedule, which starts tonight, but I do want to remind everybody for a quick second about iThrive MD, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, or here's the phone number, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. I'm going to make it real brief for you fellas. Look, it's the holidays, okay? Thanksgiving is coming. You're going to take a little bit of time off, probably for a few days. You're going to eat and drink like an animal. I know I am. Then December is going to come, and then there's going to be some more time off. I'm sure you're going to get a little time off at the end of the year. Christmas is going to come. Hanukkah is going to be here. Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. And you're going to eat and you're going to drink, and you may not exercise the way you want to, and then you're not going to feel great. Well, I want to just encourage you to hurry up and make an appointment at iThrive MD, because if you're getting a little bit older, like I know I am, and body is going through changes, maybe you don't have as much energy as you once had in the bedroom. Maybe you're having a hard time with ED. I mean, I know it happens, guys. Okay, nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens. Maybe it's just that you're not feeling strong, or you're not feeling clear-minded, or maybe you're even dealing with a little bit of depression. It all can be a result of low testosterone. So here's the answer. You get your testosterone levels checked. It's free at iThrive MD. If you need testosterone, you can go on a treatment, and for 3 months, the first 3 months, from 289 to 145, you're getting 50% savings. It's only going to last until Thanksgiving. I will never ask Dr. Damani to do this again. Okay, let's make the phones ring. 858-240-1497. Call, mention that you're a great friend. You're listening on 1090. You're watching on YouTube. You saw Dr. Damani earlier this week on the show. Okay, make the appointment now. Get the free test. And if you need a series of testosterone treatments, now you can get them for 50% savings. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Fellas, make that appointment. Get healthy. Okay, there's a lot of health issues that come when your testosterone's low. Get healthy. All right, longevity, wellness, health, great sex, good sleep. iThrive MD can help with all of it. All right, guys, let's go back to this weekend's action in the NFL. I do want to get to the Padres and the general managers meetings and AJ Preller. Starts tonight, Ravens, Dolphins. I'll watch any game that's on TV. In fact, I got to even check. I think tonight there's the college. I usually watch the college football games too at the same time as the NFL football games.
What's Thursday night? Is that the MAC?
No, tonight, this is a good one for me. Tonight, I got a really good game to watch. It's actually going to start not that long from now. North Carolina at my Pitt Panthers tonight.
Whoa!
Yeah,
number 21.
That's right.
Don't blow it.
Don't blow it is right. I mean, let's face it. These guys lost to Western Michigan in a shootout, which was embarrassing, and then they lost to Miami, which their quarterback threw hours, Pitt, like 500 yards passing in the game. We still lost the game. So North Carolina, Pitt tonight in college football, and then in NFL football, Miami, the Dolphins, against the Ravens tonight. Baltimore's a 7.5-point favorite in this game. Just something about being that big of a favorite on the road I don't love.
Tua,
But
questionable.
yeah, what does that matter? I mean, Tua has been a monster disappointment. He's been hurt all along. You can't even really get a read on what he may or may not be because he always seems to be all nicked up. But when Lamar's playing, guys, I'm watching.
You and me both. I don't know how you cannot watch a single standalone Lamar Jackson game after all the highlights that he does. The only thing I worry about Lamar Jackson on short weeks is that he runs the ball so much that he's more likely to get hurt in games like this. But other than that, I'm really juiced to go for this, man. I don't care if Tua plays. Who cares?
Yeah,
They should have traded Deshaun Watson.
Tonight is definitely a catch up on Succession, so I can start watching Narcos kind of night.
Oh, dude. Are you into the new season of Succession?
I am on. I think I just finished episode 6 of season 2.
Okay. All right. So
yeah, I mean, they're hour episodes. They're tough. And I'm actually sitting down to watch this. I'm not Game of Thronesing it on the iPad. Like I'm actually sitting and watching.
Yeah.
So it takes some time,
Yeah.
I'm knocking out like one, maybe two a night. Probably.
Yeah.
Mostly just one.
I'm like in the middle of season 2 on Succession, but my problem is I'm probably gonna have to back up and like remember where I left off because it was one of those shows. It's listen, I have to admit it, like Ted Lasso. Like Ted Lasso, I still think I have 2 episodes left of the current season, and I just can't get myself to go back to it. For some reason, I liked it, then I didn't really like it, then I liked it again, then I didn't, and I haven't gone back to finish the season of Ted Lasso. I got to pick up Succession again because it's a great show. I've kind of stopped watching, and I got to pick it up, especially with the new season. And you just mentioned a third show,
Narcos Mexico.
Narcos Mexico. I think I've seen. Is it 2 seasons of Narcos or is it 3?
Narcos Mexico has 2 seasons. Narcos with Pablo Escobar was 3. I think it was 3.
Okay, so Narcos Mexico. This is their latest. This is the 2nd season. Is
And
that
final
right?
season of Narcos.
Yeah, and it's good. So now I want to get back to that. There is so much out there and so much good stuff to watch. I just don't even know where to find the time to watch.
And then with
it.
holidays and stuff, it's kind of hard. And then I believe Ozark comes out in January, so I'm trying to
really
not fall too far behind. Yeah.
I want to try to watch that. That's the only show I haven't watched. And I'm like, guys, I want to try to watch that. I never wanted to watch that last.
Ozark's great.
You talking about Ozark, JP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't watch it until COVID, and then I knocked it all out during COVID.
And I'll tell you where they left off on Ozark. I actually remember this. I don't want to give it away, Browner, because I'm sure there's plenty of people who haven't watched Ozark yet and have it in queue like you do. The way Ozark has left us, like when they pick it back up, the way the last 10 or 15 seconds of the most recent season ended, you're like, they just did what to who? Oh my God, I didn't see that coming.
Also, if you have never watched Ozark, do not watch the trailer for season 4 because it's a teaser trailer and it literally
gives it away.
Like it fills you in.
Up. It picks it up from the moment Scott's talking about.
Oh, okay. All right, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Just a little heads up.
All right.
But anyways, tonight I'll tune in a little bit because I love football. I got Myles Gaskin on my fantasy team. I have a terrible fantasy team. I have Myles Gaskin on my fantasy team, and I got Devontae Freeman on my fantasy team. I'm debating whether I got to take out Freeman or not because I think Latavius Murray's back for the Ravens. But yeah, I expect the Ravens to run the ball for 300 yards tonight.
Well, Ravens Dolphins coming up at 5:20 p.m. So probably about from right now, about a little less than an hour from right now for Thursday Night Football. And my football game, Pitt versus North Carolina, just about to get going.
Did you see who plays Friday in college football?
Did I see Cincinnati plays
Friday night. They take on USF,
South Florida. Okay,
Are they ranked?
South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're terrible. They're 2-7.
Dude, I want Cincinnati to get into the Final Four.
I know, but I think
but
this is a big thing. Like if they go out there because they struggled last week. If they go out there on their own, they're the only game on TV on Friday night. If they go out there and smash USF, that could leave a good little taste.
Yeah,
got to be a 50. They got to put 50 up.
Hey, they jumped one.
But I know,
Michigan State.
But you look at Ohio State. Like I was making this argument the other day that Cincinnati doesn't really play anybody. Tulane and whoever else they're playing, South Florida. And somebody said to me, yeah, but Ohio State, who did they play? And they started listing off Ohio State's schedule. And I'm like, yeah, I know that Maryland is not that impressive. Rutgers is not that impressive, but those are teams in their conference that are actually better teams than the teams that Cincinnati's playing against, other than Notre Dame. Here's what the college football playoff rankings look like right now: Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, Ohio State, and Cincinnati is in that 5 spot right now.
Because I think Oklahoma's gonna. If Oklahoma wins this weekend, I think they'll jump Cincinnati too. If you get a loss in the top 4.
I don't know, man. I just think that the voters are trying to do anything they can and not put Cincinnati in the top 4.
I know, and we all want Cincinnati. We all want a mid-major to break it all up.
Just get a chance, man.
Yeah,
like even if they lose in the playoff, like who cares? Like, they went undefeated. You asked them win every game. They did, and you're not going to give them a chance. Like, just let them a chance. And if they lose in the first round of the playoffs, then they lose in the first round. That's what playoffs are for.
Right. If Cincinnati played Ohio State, my guess right now would be Ohio State would be a 14-point favorite.
Ooh.
It's just a guess. Just a guess based on name, just based on name value. So tonight, Ravens, Dolphins, getting ready for kickoff here of Pitt, North Carolina, my team that I want to see. Looking around the NFL for the weekend, I will say this, just a couple games that have caught my eye. The Saints and the Titans is an interesting game this weekend because Tennessee continues to win, and the Saints had a bad loss last week against Atlanta. The Browns and the Patriots do anything for you guys? That's for me. I'm real interested in that.
Mm-hmm. That's a big game.
It is a big game. Both teams are 5-4. The Patriots are trying to climb into the playoff race. Seahawks Packers, very interesting game.
Chiefs Raiders on Sunday night.
Seahawks Packers is completely dependent on if Russell Wilson comes back and if Aaron Rodgers plays, because there's still a chance he won't play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Yeah, so they're good weekend of football, both college football and NFL football. It's Thursday. Things start to kick off tonight.
Vikings Chargers.
Vikings Chargers.
Super Bowl of the weekend.
Dude, I will be watching that on Sunday. I will be. And that's one of those games where I'm going to be rooting for the Vikings because you always expect the Vikings to screw things up. I always expect the Chargers to screw things up. So now I'm rooting for the Vikings to not and the Chargers to do what they normally do, to Spanos all over themselves. All right, stick around. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Coming up, there's these general manager meetings from baseball that are happening in Carlsbad, and A.J. Preller has been doing a ton of interviews. Why does he want to keep Eric Hosmer? We're going to get to that story coming up next on Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Everyone knows when it comes to NFL football, Raider Nation is the #1 pro football team in SoCal. Disagree? Tough. Talk Raiders every Friday at 6 p.m. on Silver and Black tonight, only on the mightier 1090 AM.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit cox.com.
Congratulations to the San Diego County Teachers of the Year, Laura Reyes, Heather McLean, Jacqueline Jourdain, Zy Sanders, and Tiffany Jokerst.
This year has provided a mountain of challenges, but every mountaintop is within reach if you just keep climbing.
Cox Presents Salute to Teachers is proudly sponsored by these charitable companies.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
University of San Diego football's win streak is still going. The Toreros beat Morehead State last Saturday 10-3 in their home finale. The defense showed out with 2 goal line stands, 2 interceptions, and a blocked field goal. Senior safety Isaac Haney was named Pioneer League Co-Defensive Player of the Week for his interception in the end zone with 5 seconds remaining in the game to secure the win for the Toreros. Running back Emilio Martinez had 138 all-purpose yards, while freshman wide receiver Vance Jefferson caught 5 passes for season-high 120 yards. The Toreros are 6-4 on the season, 6-1 in the Pioneer Football League. They'll have a bye this week before wrapping up the regular season at Stetson on November 20th. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Catch Kaplan and Crew Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. If you've listened to Scott Kaplan the last 20 years, you know one thing. He likes to stir up A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at LaMesaRehab.com.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Cruise for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being, and we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives, it has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Cruise for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
Attention, all dogs, cats, horses, tortoises, birds, pigs, and all other pets.
Get your family members to sit, stay, and watch Animal Zone every Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on this channel and at animalzone.org.
Tune in Saturdays at 9 p.m. to watch Animal Zone right here on YourView.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio, SoCal Sports Talk.